So, this nonprofit in Hawaii already had a basic website set up, and they wanted to gain keyword rankings, website traffic, and of course, increased revenue. In this case, because it's a nonprofit, they needed income from donations and from the various interesting services that they offered. For example, they offer colon hydrotherapy. And so that's pretty much what we specialize in here at Overflow Cafe. Not colon hydrotherapy, but search engine optimization. So today, the client gets daily traffic from Google, Maps, social media, and all the major AI platforms like ChatGPT and everything else without ads. So they're getting about 22 new, we're going to call them clients, every single month. I don't really know what to call it because it is a nonprofit. So we'll use the word clients. Um, Over 150 top ranking keywords, more than 400 monthly visitors, and a more than 400% increase in AI visibility. In this video, you'll see the consultation we did for the client and what specific work we propose doing for them in order to help them achieve their overall goals. Let's jump right into the details, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I do like the concept. It definitely could use some updating, just the layout and the font size. I'll give you a specific example here. So, Google's minimum font size as of 2022 is 16 pixels. I'm quite certain that this is much smaller than 16 pixels. So this actually counts as fine print. You would actually want to raise this font size to 16, and you'll notice you'll gain a whole bunch of points. This text here is yellow and it's against a white background. So you're actually losing points in Google because the contrast is not high enough. Um, in the footer of a website, Google likes to see a privacy policy, terms of service, and a link to your sitemap. Now, there are probably about 150 to 200 other smaller things that I can mention, um, that we can just fix over the course of a couple of days or even a couple of weeks, probably under 30 days. And you'll notice that your scores will go way up for all of these various keywords and for your website in general. Let's take a look at some specific scores. So, this is Google Chrome, and this is what's called a lighthouse test. So your performance score is the lowest score. And the reason it's so low is it takes 10.9 seconds for your website to load properly. We need to reduce this number drastically. We need to reduce it, I would say, even if we were to reduce it to under 5 seconds, you would probably see this score go from the red into the orange. Now, if you could get it into the green, like for example, best practices 92 out of 100, if you could get this and SEO, this is very important, get this into the green, you're going to see a drastic improvement in your rankings and in your traffic. Now, your website has fantastic authority score. 25 out of 100 is way above most of your competitors. So you are doing absolutely fantastic. You're getting about 215 visitors from Google search every single month. Again, that's good. That's not bad at all. Based on what you're doing and where you are, this is fantastic. And you do have a lot of backlinks, but unfortunately, they're not from many different domains. So you have 927 backlinks, but it would be appropriate if it was from 927 different domains. Unfortunately, they're only from 64 domains. And when I take a look at your traffic, it's when it's not bad. You take a look at it here. This is 2 years. It's basically held steady for 2 years, and it could even be on a little bit of it says 14% down. If you take a look at January to February, that's pretty normal. It's nothing that you need to be scared about. What you should be worried about more so is your overall keyword rankings. Although there was a small little uptick because of some work that we did for you, you've basically dropped a lot. And the reason that you dropped here, you'll notice that there's a massive drop off here. Looks like June of 2021. Google. They did 3 updates, and you did not update your website to be in line with Google's update. And because of that, you ended up losing out on a whole bunch of rankings. Now, let's take a look at what you're actually ranking for. You're ranking for 93 different phrases. And as you could see, that number is getting worse and worse. It's a good number, but it used to be a lot more than 93, but it's going down. Your traffic is going down. But you're ranking for some really interesting phrases. And we can definitely boost any of these phrases. So, Temple of Peace Maui, there are 210 people per month that are searching for that. You have the Google page one, spot one. Your Google page one, spot one is what I mean. And you're getting 78 clicks per month just from that. Now, Maui colon hydrotherapy, there are 90 people per month who search that, but because you're spot two, you're only getting 5 clicks. Temple of Peace, 260 monthly searches, you're spot number two. Now, there's so many different keywords here. This one, I don't even think I can pronounce properly. Aqualani Maui has 260 monthly searches, but you're spot 15 in Google, which is basically the middle of page two. When you look at, let's take a look at something else with high search volume. Procedure to clean colon, 260 monthly searches. You're basically spot 57, which is basically page 5 or 6. Healing Sanctuary, 590 monthly searches. That means 590 people go to Google every month and they type in this phrase. Well, where are you? You're basically page 7. Because you're already ranking for these 93 phrases, what I'll do, I will actually send you this spreadsheet and you can go ahead and look at it at your leisure. And you could say, okay, guys, I want to rank for, or I want you to push up the rankings for these phrases. And then we can go ahead and focus just on those phrases, pushing up your rankings. And you'll see, for example, let's say there's couples colonic hydrotherapy. You're the middle of page 3, basically spot 35. Um, and so basically what we would do is you'd be 35, and then next month you'll be 30, and the next month you'll be spot 25. So you'll go page 3, after a couple months, page 2, after a couple months, page 1, and then you're spot 9, 8, 7, 6, until you're finally Google page 1, spot 1. No one in the world can tell you when you'll specifically be Google page 1, spot 1. But what we can tell you is you'll progressively move up every single month that you're with us. Lots of wonderful keywords. Now, part of this procedure would involve just sprucing up the website a little bit. You have a better font size here, by the way. This is a much better font size. I love the content. That's as much information as I can share with you today. That consult was performed in 2022, so obviously today we have a much bigger to-do list in order to keep up with all of the many changes that are happening in digital marketing. The impact of SEO is exponential. When done correctly, SEO continues to pay off forever, meaning revenue continues to go up and advertising costs continue to go down. So, to recap this project, and by the way, I forgot to mention it was a WordPress website, or it still is a WordPress website. So, fixing up the website, performing ongoing SEO, and the results are 22 new clients every month. Doesn't sound like a huge number, but remember, they're in a small island in Hawaii. They're not in a huge city like Manhattan. over 150 top ranking keywords, more than 400 monthly visitors, and a 400% increase in AI visibility. Now, I hope this video gave you a better understanding of what modern SEO looks like and how powerful it can be for a business like yours. Companies, including nonprofits, usually invest 1 to 2% of their annual revenue into SEO. If you don't have revenue yet, obviously you're going to have to figure it out. The return on investment can be quite incredible if you have a legitimate product or service. Now, if you'd like help growing your website rankings, traffic, and revenue, I do offer a 90-day free trial, and you can find the website link in my bio. Please like and subscribe if you want to. Have a great day.